Okay. So this is my version of the new Kalm skip. I am playing on the PC version, but my version is ever so slightly different to the vanilla version because I am using the FFNX driver instead of the Square Enix driver that they use for the game. The only thing this does is I'm able to speed hack and I can disable encounters, which are both very handy features for the sake of a tutorial. But it will perform exactly the same way on any vanilla PC version, so there's no worries there. I also do have a modded save right now, where I'm level 99 everything, and my materia, I have my Master Chocobo. Just for the sake of the video, again, it's a tutorial, I don't want loads of faffing around, but I'm not a speedrunner either, so I am going to mess up the strats here with the Zolom. I'm going to mess that up a whole bunch. But then the Chocobo part, I can get every time no problem, and that's probably the part you'll actually care about. So my Zolom method is really, really bad. Use an actual runner's method for that stuff. Okay. But first off, we are going to get ourselves a Chocobo, which would be nice and easy. For me, at least. I mean, I'm higher level, so of course it'll be a little difficult, or different, at least, for speedrunning, but I'm just here to show you how to do things, so don't worry about that. Right, I've caught a Chocobo. Now, we need to turn this Chocobo into something we call a glitched Chocobo. What this means is, I don't know if you'll have ever noticed, but when you have a Chocobo, if you go over the marsh and you dismount the Chocobo on this side, before you've gone to Kalm, Cloud will talk and ask the Chocobo to stay where it is, and it doesn't run away. Super helpful. At this point, I'm going to disable my encounters. You can't see it because it's behind my chat box, but I've disabled encounters. Now, the game remembers what the last portion of land that Cloud stood on was. In this case, we have this side of the marsh and that side of the marsh. And it poses a little bit of a problem. In order to cause the glitched Chocobo state, we need to be on that side of the marsh, but we need the game to think that we're on this side of the marsh. And in order to do that, we need to dismount our Chocobo as close to the edge of the marsh as we possibly can. I'm going to let you go away. We need to dismount as close to the edge of the marsh as we possibly can, so that we're able to get back on him whilst in the marsh. Okay, that's great. You can save here. This is a point where you can save. Now, a good runner will have no problem doing any of this, so don't worry about it. I'm going to make a save here. Now we got to do something that doesn't technically exist yet, called the reverse Zolom skip. As I said, I'm not a runner. This is going to take me a little while. I'll probably fail a whole bunch of times, and I'll just speed up the video to get past all that crap. Without doing any cuts or skips, because I feel like a tutorial shouldn't have any cuts or skips, but I'm just going to YOLO it straight across. And yeah, I'm going to fail. But I can speed hack through the battle and just run away. In fact, I don't know how true to a tutorial you could consider it, but I can just kill it and move across. I think for the sake of time saving, that's actually what I'll do. I'm gonna just kill it and get across. Because as I said, don't use my methods anyway. They're not good. I don't actually have one. So don't worry about it. So at this point, just assume, yay, we got across the marsh. It's fine, right? I know I killed it, I cheated, but you didn't. So that's all that matters. Now we can do our normal Zolom skip. And the way that you do that, which I'm probably going to mess up 3 or 4 times as well, we want to go to this corner and stand at this cliff edge right here. The Zolom's going to hit the mountain trying to get to us, and he's going to bounce, and he's going to go in this direction, and we want to follow him. When he gets to a certain point, you hit a sharp right, and it forces him to bounce a few times. We're going to stand next to the Chocobo. We've got to get on the Chocobo exactly as he touches us. So see how I was in the animation there? That's it. Now the Chocobo theme is playing while we're in the fight, as you can hear. We now have a glitched state, so I'm going to speed hack and just run away. Now you'll see we're on this side, because this was the last bit of land that Cloud touched, but we got interrupted by the Zolom fight, and now we're over here. You can dismount the Chocobo, and you'll find that it doesn't run away. Here is another point where you are allowed to save, which is real nice. Even though with my method, I don't believe you'll need to. But, you know, it's always a good idea. So, my method also includes the bird's eye view cam, which is real nice because you can copy my movements exactly. The way that we get to the area, to begin with, you can do whatever you want. You can loop-de-loop, you can go sightseeing, you can go kill things, you can go do whatever the hell you want, and no problem. So, how you get there is on you. But when you get to the mountain here, you want to just hold down, and then wedge yourself into this corner here. Okay, so about here, right? Like this rough area. It's not like a pixel perfect anything. You can really tweak it, do whatever, but get off in roughly this area. And then when you get back on the chocobo, you want to really wedge yourself in. Get as close to the chocobo as you can, because it stores Cloud's last position when you get on the chocobo. I can't guarantee this has anything to do with it, but I feel like it does, so From this point, you want to hold up and only up. I'll explain each step as we go here. So I'm only holding up. Even though it moves me left and right, does things, I'm only holding up. We get to the top of this beach, and I swap to only hold right. Okay? And then I'll stop here and I'll show you what I do. So I'm still only holding right. When you get here, you won't be stopping. You can, but you won't be, because it's a speed run. You can see here where the terrain changes. There's a straight line going sort of diagonal down to the right, and then it stops and it starts going diagonal up to the right instead. Where that point is, where it stops right there, you want to stop your chocobo and hit left. So just like that. Now I'm holding only left, we will hit the beach, hold left still, it'll force you up, and then back down. When it forces you down, hold down. Continue holding down, we hit the mountain, it'll force us right, and then left. When you go left, hold left. When you get here-ish, you know, I've stopped so it might be a little more difficult. When you get here, you just want to run down and then stick your chocobo in the same place you did before. So, about here. Dismount your chocobo. You'll go under the ground. When you do, I'm going to follow a path where I run around this side. As you can see. I run around the side, and we are going to go to Junon. We have skipped Kalm, we've skipped the flashback, we've skipped the mithril mines. It's great. And, oh, that bit of warp mesh is kind of weird. We are now in Kalm, and as you can see, it is performing just great. Also, yeah, the driver I'm using contains like live shadows, as you can see here. And footsteps. It's kind of cool, but irrelevant. Nevertheless, that is the Kalm skip. I actually, it didn't take too long. I'm sorry I cheated to get over the marsh, but, you know, I'd have been sat here for 10 minutes, and I would have sped up the video, and you'd have been, looking at your watch, and you'd have been bored, whatever. But that is the Kalm skip. Hopefully, you can do it better than I can. My strat is extremely consistent. I am very, very rarely failing it. And the only time I do really fail it is when I do stop and show things, and then I mess up my movements a little bit, or I'm explaining and I get distracted because I can't do the two things at once. Whatever it is. That is my extremely consistent method. Hopefully it works really well for you, and I'd love to see you using it at some point. So, yeah, good luck with it, and want to see you on those leaderboards. Get going.